America, unconstrained by habit and convention, unencumbered by what is, because you're ready to seize what ought to be. For everywhere in this country, there are first steps to be taken. There's new ground to cover. There are more bridges to be crossed. And it is you, the young and fearless at heart, the most diverse and educated generation in our history, who the nation is waiting to follow. Because Selma shows us that America is not the project of any one person. Because the single most powerful word in our democracy is the word we. We the people. We shall overcome. Yes, we can. That word is owned by no one. It belongs to everyone. Oh, what a glorious task we are given to continually try to improve this great nation of ours. 50 years from Bloody Sunday. Our march is not yet finished, but we're getting closer. 239 years after this nation's founding, our union is not yet perfect, but we are getting closer. Our job's easier because somebody already got us through that first mile. Somebody already got us over that bridge. When it feels the road's too hard, when the torch we've been passed feels too heavy, we will remember these early travelers and draw strength from their example and hold firmly to the words of the prophet Isaiah. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on the wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. We honor those who walked so we could run. We must run for
sweet lazy life, champagne and caviar.
And we believe in this country's sacred promise. May He bless those warriors of justice no longer with us and bless the United States of America. Thank you, everybody.
Those who saw misfortune, having mountains on everything I heard. Oh, they tell me, story time to save my soul. They tell me.
All right, the power of the word "we" by the President of the United States there, hugging and kissing it. Former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura Bush as he waves to this crowd here. It was a moving.
So more than you need. This is a dream. Make you papa, or make you queen. Won't die lonely, have it all prearranged. Grave that's deep and wide enough for me and all my mountains. So thanks. Oh, they tell me.
To talk to John Lewis before this, and of course presidential historian Douglas Brinkley is also still with us out of Austin. This president really did cover the map, didn't he? It was everything from the sacrifice, paying homage to the former the past and the still living civil rights foot soldiers, John Lewis, and reminding John Lewis that he is his hero. He's one of his biggest heroes, the president.
That's the way he started. And this speech, I think, was extraordinary. This was a speech rooted in a deep patriotism. This was really a love letter to the next generation who may not understand what a broad achievement it is for a country to have these many kinds of people. It's a miracle every day to live in a country where you have literally every human ever born, every class, every faith, every sexuality, every color, every kind of person lives in one country, and we're all Americans. And so the president did a beautiful job of retelling America's story, including the pain, but he didn't let the pain have the last word.
wasn't the deterrent.
Exactly.
It was a motivator,
It was a motivator. And so I think for this young generation that may feel frustrated at times, post-Ferguson, etc., yes, you acknowledge the pain, but you don't let the pain have the last word. The pain can get you to a better place. And so I thought he did a remarkable job. He pushed against a cheap patriotism that would put Americans one against the other, and he embraced a deep patriotism that embraced every single kind of American. I thought it was an extraordinary speech. Extraordinary speech.
Douglas Brinkley, presidential historian with us. We heard the president talk about everything from the sacrifice that has been paid by these foot soldiers, making tribute to John Lewis. He ticked off the measures of progress and really challenged any doubters that if you think change has not come, and we're seeing the president now who's actually stepped right off that stage and moved his way right into the audience there, and he's getting a chance, and the people who've come out are getting a chance to get real FaceTime with him. You see a lot of cameras that have been lifted up. They're shaking hands. They are reaching their hands overhead, just hoping to get a touch of the president and the first lady there.
Beatlemania over there. Look like
really
Beatlemania.
is. And boy, that just really made their day, because people clearly, Douglas Brinkley, you still with us now, people were riveted from this message, because this president underscored that if you think for a minute that there has not been any change since the 1960s, he said, ask your elders, ask your gay friends. And he really tipped it off, by paying homage to the firefighters of 9/11, Jackie Robinson, Sojourner Truth, Sacagawea. He made sure that this was a message of inclusion.
Yes.
Douglas, what's your analysis of what you heard from the president?
I think this is Barack Obama's I Have a Dream speech for the 21st century. It was brilliantly written, and he delivered it in a flawless fashion as if he was from the church pulpit. It reminded me a lot of a Walt Whitman poem.